What's up, agents, and welcome back to another Division video where we've been playing around on the PTS. And I just wanted to kind of do a little bit of a review with the changes coming to tipping scales. Now, this might not be the final changes. They've already made some buffs to it from the first PTS, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and let's get straight into it. Right, okay, so just right off the rip, they buffed it from 2% critical hit damage to 4% critical hit damage. And then on the backpack, they changed it to 7, from 4 to 7. I can't remember what it was previously. But let's have a chat about it as is. Right, so my initial impression of this was that actually it could be a really, really good set. The problem being, it has a really harsh drop off. So you can see here we lose 6 stacks per second while not shooting. No stacks are lost if an enemy is suppressed. So when we got the dev notes, they basically wanted to lean into this being an LMG exclusive set. And that kind of shows here that says LMG damage. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be an LMG exclusive set, but if you've not got a really fast RPM firing gun, then you're really going to struggle. And the reason why it does work with LMGs is because obviously with an LMG, part of an LMG is that it will suppress enemies way easier than any other gun archetype. Now, that has its pros and cons, right? And I know for me, as kind of a veteran player, I don't like that mechanic because if they're suppressed, I can't kill them. Now, it does give you a little bit of survivability if you're doing perhaps like a master mission. You got a lot of enemies shooting at you at the same time. One of them being suppressed or a couple of them being suppressed very easily does take the heat off. So it does have its advantages depending on what kind of content that you're playing. But this kind of means that you're going to have to use that mechanic for this to be successful. And with them not making that change, it still is reliant on that mechanic. Now, what I'm going to do is if you see my previous video, or I'm not sure if I put it out yet or not, but I've done a video all about rate of fire for this season. Because with the global modifiers, you can get up to 30% rate of fire bonus. That is huge. It's absolutely huge. So really, what I want to try and do is review this set without this season modifier, because 30% RPM is going to make this set actually probably shine pretty well. And we're not going to have that after this season goes away. And I can't really see them making a huge change to this after the initial season. They haven't done anything else previously, so I don't see why they would do it with this. So I think that this set might actually look like it's good this season, but then fall off massively when this season modifiers go away because of how big that RPM is. So we're on an all red build here. We've used all of the tipping point gear. Tipping scales gear, regardless of if this is actually going to be best in slot. I've not actually done the maths yet. I'm not sure if, an obliterate chest piece is better, or, running a vigilance backpack might be better. I've not done that math yet, but essentially we're giving it its best shot, right, at the most damage that it's going to be able to give us. Now, we are giving it a little bit of an advantage here, through the fact that we are going to run Frenzy. Now, Frenzy is going to be a rate of fire boost. And there's a reason why I'm doing this. So, if you see right now, the RPM on this gun is 850. And then when I activated this and we got the 28%, already I had a significant boost. So that's pretty crazy. So then you can see on top of that boost, if I added Frenzy's boost on top of that, we're flying. We're literally flying with RPM. So we are giving it a little bit of a headshot here with Frenzy. And depending on how that works out, we might just test a different talent altogether and take any kind of RPM talent away. But what we'll do as well, we'll go and test it in District Union Arena on Legendary. Because they have the mini tanks at the beginning, right, which should give us a good, boost to kind of go at, to kind of raise the RP, to raise the damage up. But just remember that with this set as well, it's not about anything to do with hits. You can literally be firing into thin air and you will get them stacked. So we've got 75 stacks now because we're running the chest, but yeah, you don't actually have to be hitting. So that plays into things a little bit as well, because if you're running Tinkerer, you know, ammo can become an issue, you know. So if you're just firing to get stacked up, then maybe running Tinkerer is not ideal either. He's randomly suppressed, so we saved on. I mean, the burst of this is brilliant. And as you can see right now, because of Frenzy, we're quite easily maintaining. I am having to be quite loose with my my bullets, and I am just spraying quite a bit. But so now we're losing it because we couldn't suppress anybody. Well, there's a mini tank there. That's potentially bad. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. Oh, the mini tank came to get us. We're good though. We're good. We're good. We're good. Now you see there, the damage is just fell off. Oh, I went down. I've got no boost at all right now. Can perhaps suppress him. Yeah, there we go. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to kill him because he's becoming a nuisance. And then we've got to about half. And then look at it now. It's, you know, you can't have any downtime at all. So now we'll have no issue at all getting the damage up, and we can actually make, you know, we did clear the area, but we were at max. So when we died, but it was basically because of the huge boost that the RPM boost that Frenzy was giving us, and you can see here. So for every 10 bullets in the magazine capacity, it gained 3% rate of fire. So, you know, we're looking at a 45% boost in RPM to be comfortably at max. So the 30% we're getting from this season is going to give you that impression that we are comfortably, you know, probably getting to max a significant amount if you're playing hard enough content. Because the problem is going to be that if you're, you know, expertise level 30, if you're on heroic, you'll just kill things so quick that you'll probably never get to max. This set's really going to be for kind of legendary and master content, and probably not for much of anything else, to be perfectly honest. So let's just take a little bit of a sidestep from that now then, and what we'll do is we'll change the talent on our gun. We'll take Frenzy off and we'll just put Killer on. We're playing by ourselves. We'll get a damage bonus from it. You know, we're getting a significant damage bonus here. Another permanent 18% here from Unhinged. And we'll go in and we'll do Legendary again. And then just keep a bit of an eye on it and see how we get on with that meter. Because especially like we're in content like this, we never suppressing a mini tank, you know. So we could have suppressed him then, but so now of 150 bullets, we were 90-ish%. And again, now we're, you know, we're not having much trouble keeping anything up. That's what she said. Oh, something's shooting me on the right. I thought I killed everything, but we're gonna push anyway. We lost all our bonus. Get rid of him. We didn't get rid of him, but he's suppressed, so that's fine. I don't die, I'm trying to do a demo. See if we can suppress him. But again, we can't keep him there because then we're gonna die. Yeah. You know, I really have to be killing these things. Can we reach him? Nope, but we can kill him anyway. We know the chopper's coming now. This guy's been super annoying. So no bonus right now. The guy's backpack's gonna get me. Yeah. I just thought it's just too hard to maintain the stacks without constantly pushing. Now, all right, yeah, I could build some survivability into the build, and you know that might help. But just give it one more shot. I feel like it's just so harsh. Like six a second. It's just so harsh. I mean, maybe like a Bullet King. But we know the damage on a Bullet King's not great. We'd have to edit the build a little bit. And maybe this set's just designed for Bullet King and nothing else. Oh man, I one of them bullets not tapped him enough to kill him. But that's the point now, I'm like wasting bullets. I'm just shooting for way longer than I normally would. Just to keep that bonus up.
Enemy units in the AO.
I mean, like now the damage is huge when it gets to that top end point. But how often, you know, you're pretty min-maxed at that point, right? Players that haven't been playing as long and are not as min-maxed, they're not going to be stood here at District Union, you know, spawn camping. I mean, you looked at how it turned out for me last time. I'll go his backpack. Oh my god, what's he doing? That is the weirdest thing ever, but we'll take it. Now we're suppressed, so we can... But like, I'm just finding myself spamming bullets. The weird play style. The very accurate LMG, just so I can keep the bonus up. I mean, it kind of works because of the insane amount of damage that we're being given, but I don't know, that like the drop-off's completely gone at this point. And how many, you know, this is a fairly lenient level as far as spawns go. Like if you're in Tidal Basin and stuff, like it just wouldn't be happening. I'm forcing myself to be out of cover so much to try and keep my damage up. Is the risk really worth that reward? I just don't feel like it is. I should be able to suppress one of them now. They have such good cover fire and legendary. Yeah, it's just not happening.
Hostile, healing up.
You know, you're never going to say no to a damage boost on a set, but am I going to survive here with these chungers running at me? I absolutely don't think so. I'm going to stay here anyway. Like, if it's just strikers, I like no problem. I mean, that damage is really, really good at that point, but you're so reliant on certain conditions. I mean, does it work? Yes. Is it incredibly awkward? Yes. I mean, it works better now because they've thrown a load of damage at it. I still think they need to reduce it. I still think it's not that fun to play. The 6 is, you know, even if they dropped it to 4 or 5, like, it would be better than the 6. The 6 is just a lot, you know. And I get that, you know, I might have to sacrifice some of this nice damage that they've added to it. You know, this 4% critical hit damage might need to go down to 3, but I think that would be a fair compromise, right? Just to make it a viable set. Like, let you know, SMGs use strikers. You know, not SMGs. Let assault rifles use strikers. Let Hunter's Fury be used by SMGs. You know, let this be used by LMGs. Like, make it as versatile as them other two sets for them other two type of gun archetypes. You know, I wouldn't see myself being in a rush to use this if they released it as it is now. But maybe it might come in, you know, you can imagine if you're doing the incursion and you're doing the lovebirds, it's probably going to be best in slot, you know, for that kind of fight, because the burst, especially if you're doing something like this with Frenzy and the Tinkerer, like, your burst damage would be insane. Like, you know what I mean? So it would have a place, but it would be a very specific place rather than an everyday place. And it would be a place in harder content like Legendary and Master. It wouldn't necessarily be you would never keep the stacks in Heroic. You would just kill things way too quick. So that's going to be it for this one. It is a longer video than I like to do, so I'm going to end it right there. But let me know what you think in the comments down below while I check out the rest of the PTS. Thanks for watching, agents. Goodbye.